Alright, you guys, welcome back to another video. Today I kind of wanted to do a deep dive on the new RSI Galaxy concept. So I kind of just wanted to look at the concept, go over it, see what we're going to be getting. Of course, I'm recording this video before they release the Q&A for this ship. So this is just my first impressions of the new ship. And I kind of wanted to talk about concept ships a little bit at the end of this video, because there's a little bit of discussion in the community about large concept ships like the Galaxy here, because CIG has made some statements regarding the brand new merchantman and when that ship will be released. So I want to talk a little bit about that at the end of this video, but to kick things off, I want to focus on the Galaxy concept here itself. And it's a pretty impressive ship. It was recently unveiled during ISC, and they had a lot to say about it. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about that in this video and speculate on what we've got going on here. So yeah, this is the first main image of the ship here, and you can see it in relation to the scale of an Ursa rover. Also, it's got turret on each side and then a turret in the front. So yeah, this is the first image here. And then we have another image here of it. See turret at the bottom, turret on both sides, engines in the back, cockpit in the front here. It's looking pretty good. I like the blue paint. And here's another paint scheme. Apparently they're gonna release this. This might be like a concierge skin. So this might be a limited skin. I don't know. It looks pretty good. I like it. I feel like if I were to get this ship, I would definitely get it with this paint scheme. I like a lot of the lighter colors on the ships. I also like just like all black, but I'm not really a huge fan of the blue and black striping. I don't really get an RSI vibe from that, but this does look more RSI, and you can the logo pops a little bit more on the side there. I like that. I think it looks pretty clean. Okay, so we got our first image here of the interior, and apparently this is a little kitchenette and dining area, and then we have what looks like a wraparound couch in the back, pool table, a TV, some bookshelves. This looks like a pretty good habitation area. Again, you've got the hallway in the middle between them. Not bad, not bad. Okay, then we have the bridge here. Looks like we have 4 seats, captain / pilot maybe, and then 3 gunner stations, because this does have 3 turrets, so I'm assuming this is left, right, and the forward turret. Okay, RSI Galaxy right there. They're not really labeled, but again, I'm just kind of assuming. And then we've got the captain's office here. Pretty nice looking desk. You can see straight through to the captain's seat, so that's pretty cool. From your captain's chair, you can see the captain's seat. And then of course, I think you've got the captain's quarters, his actual bedroom, bathroom over there on the left side of the screen. Okay, and then we have a picture of the hangar. So in relation to size, this is in my opinion going to be a smaller hangar than what the Odyssey has. I think the size of this hangar may be between the Carrack and the Odyssey, so it looks like it might be a bit bigger than the Carrack but smaller than the Odyssey, because this is an MPUV cargo, so they're pretty small. You can see the size of the guy there. I think this is gonna be right around the same size as the Carrack's hangar, and then the Odyssey and the 890 Jump are gonna be the big hangars in the game, because this is only 2 stories, and I think the Odyssey and the Carrack and the 890 have 3-story hangars. the Polaris too. But you can see up here it's got a window with some screens so the guy can, take a look at, who's landing in. And then looks like it has a door back here, so you can go from the hangar straight into whatever's back there. And you've got windows on the side here. I like all the windows. I like the light here. The lights here look pretty good. Okay, and then we got some images of the modules. So what I actually want to do here is go into that a little bit separately. So let's go and take a look at the actual floor plan first. Okay, so now we've got the floor plan here, and this is basically what we just took a look at. You got the cockpit up front here, captain seat, 2 side gunners there and there, forward gunner, I'm assuming, I don't know. Then it looks like we have an elevator back here and a docking collar here, little dinette / kitchen from that concept photo. And then we've got the wraparound couch, pool table with the TV. Then it looks like we've got 2 crew quarters and like a bathroom in the middle here. I don't know if you can see my mouse pointer too good. I'm kind of wiggling it around there. It looks like a bathroom back here, 2 rooms, and then 2 rooms and another bathroom back here. And then we've got the hallway wrap around the middle section. Looks like you got another bedroom, bathroom module here. And it looks like you enter this room from the side here, but you enter the captain's quarters from the front. And then from the captain's office, he's got his room and bathroom on the side here. Then behind this, it looks like we've got some hallways and 2 elevators way at the back. This orange part here. And then you can look down into the hangar from this upstairs part. And we're probably going to have some components on the side of the walls here. From the pictures, it doesn't look like there are any openings for escape pods. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking these are going to be components. They're kind of at the back, close to the engines. So, that would make sense to me. And then we've got the first deck. That was the second deck. So my thinking is that, so they're saying that this ship has roughly 32 SCUs of cargo without the cargo module. So I'm thinking that the 32 SCUs of cargo is going to go up front here. Okay, so I'm thinking this is like a component room, then you have the cargo, and then this is a hallway so you can get to the cargo area. So this hallway is going to be pretty big, so you can fill up the cargo in here. And then this portion here, I'm thinking that this is the vehicle elevator. So in the leaks, they also said that this ship has a vehicle area where you can like drive in an Ursa Rover or something. So I'm thinking this elevator would be big enough to fit an Ursa Rover. Okay, usually, well, lately they have been separating the vehicle area from the cargo area. So I'm assuming they've also done that here. And so this is your garage, this is your cargo area. And then we've got the elevator here with kind of a hallway, and there's a door to go in the vehicle area and a door to go into the module area. And then I'm thinking you got the module control room right here and the main module area. Then this big bulkhead and the door that goes to the hangar. And then back here you've got suit lockers, and then 2 more elevators there with the hangar in the middle. So personally, I think this is a pretty good layout. I think it's a pretty good use of space. You've basically got all of your bases covered, everything that you're going to need. If you're comparing it to something like the Carrack's main utility is that it's got 3 modules. So whereas the Galaxy has 1 module, the Carrack has 3. So, with the Galaxy, you can only really have 1 module in at a time. With the Carrack, you can have 1 module and then 2 cargo, or 2 modules and 1 cargo, or 3 different modules in there. So that's a big benefit for the Karak, but the Karak's layout is a little bit more all over the place. I think this is pretty streamlined. You know, it looks like you've got 3 elevators that go straight through the ship, which is super handy. One up at the front, so you can get to the bridge really quick. That's huge. Like, land on a planet, hop in the elevator, go straight up to the bridge. And the same thing with the docking collar here. Dock right there, go straight to the bridge. It's very convenient. And then 2 elevators at the back for the engineering. Like, I think these 2 stations here are your engineering stations. So you've got 5 crew and a captain. So that's 4 up front and then 2 stations over here. So yeah, that's 6. So that's 6 stations, 6 rooms, crew of 6. But again, you could probably get away with 3, a captain and then 2 side gunners. Now, the big question is going to be, is the pilot going to have control of the forward remote turret? I know that they've done that on, I keep forgetting the name of the ship. Maybe, I think it's the Redeemer. Yeah, I want to say it's the Redeemer. It's the one with the engines that open and close like lobster arms, you know? On that ship, the pilot can control the most forward bottom remote turret. And if you can do that on the Galaxy, that's huge, because the Karak doesn't have any pilot controlled guns. But before the Q&A comes out, that's going to be the first question that I ask is the pilot going to have control of the forward remote turret? If they do, that's huge. And that's another reason why I like remote turrets, is that they have multi-uses. More than one person can use them. So maybe, you know, when this front gunner isn't there, the pilot/captain can use that front gun. That would be huge. I hope Sergi does that. Again, this is just concept, so things might change. We don't know yet. But if they can do that, again, that would be huge, because those are 2 size 5s. And the advantage is that this is not really a military ship. This is a industrial ship. So giving the pilot control of 2 front guns, in my opinion, is a huge advantage. On a military vessel, you would have a dedicated person to man that gun, but on an industrial vessel, you might have, you know, different people moving around doing different things on the ship. So you might want to, you know, give the pilot control of that gun in case of emergency. So we can go here and take a look at some more stuff. Okay, so this picture here is kind of showing the refinery module grabbing the prospector saddlebags with 2 tractor beams. And so I guess it grabs them and then takes that material up into the refinery. And you can kind of see the refinery module down here. And then this one, you can kind of see the hangar at the back. Now, again, this kind of shows us what the scale of the ship is going to be in relationship to a Pisces. A Pisces is not very big. So I'm thinking the overall size of this ship is probably like a bit smaller than a Karak, to be perfectly honest with you. It might be around the same size as a Karak. Because the Pisces is pretty small. This opening back here is roughly the size of the back of the new Corsair. So I'm thinking that this hangar is maybe the size of the opening on a C2. If you can conceptualize what the back of a Hercules C2 looks like, I'm thinking that this hangar is about the same size as that opening, roughly, maybe bigger, because you can fit a Pisces in a Hercules C2. You could fit several Pisces in a Hercules C2. So I'm thinking this hangar is a bit smaller than that. So I'm thinking maybe the whole ship's about the size of a Karak. Again, I'm not sure, but for scale, it looks like you can only fit about one Pisces in there. But seeing that they just released the medical variant of the Pisces, the C8R, which stands for rescue, you could, in theory, just land the Pisces in there and take them into the medical module. We'll take a look at that module in a second here. Here's another view of the front. Again, there's the rover here for scale. Some cargo containers down here for scale. You've got the cockpit and the docking collar on the side here. Lots of sharp angles. It's a good looking ship. I'll give it that. Again, here's a photo of the guns, the two front guns, side guns. Got the engines there. Yeah, I'm hoping that the pilot has control of these two front guns, but we'll see. That's definitely one of the first questions I would ask for the Q&A. The skin there, the interior, we saw all of this. Okay, here's the first module. So again, it looks like how this is laid out is you have the control room here that controls the tractor beams that stack up the cargo containers, and then you have the cargo elevator in the middle here, and then two grids on either side. So you have this grid and this grid, this grid and this grid, and of course you can have some cargo on the elevator itself, but this area around the elevator is just walking space. And then here you'd have the door that goes to the hangar. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good use of space here. Again, they have a little guide down here for scale, so you could see kind of how big this room is. But these tractor beams are gonna come in handy. And then here we have a picture of the refinery module. Okay, so basically it takes the material in down here and then it refines it on either side right here. So it has two processing units, so it looks like you're gonna be able to process two different things at the same time. So you might have quantanium refining in one machine, and you might have you know, some other mineral refining in the other side. And we'll look at some other pictures, but it does look like it spits out one SU boxes, and you can stack up those boxes here, and it looks like it's got an elevator in the middle here, so you can take those boxes down and sell them. And then again, you've got the door here for the hangar. So in theory, you might be able to take the material from a prospector, refine them, it spits out the one SU box, and you can have a ship landed in the hangar. Okay, maybe you might be able to fit a Drake cutter in there, and you might be able to take these one SU boxes and put them straight into the cutter or the Pisces, and then take those boxes out and sell them somewhere else. So this module has a pretty good workflow, in my opinion. Looks like you've got the control area up here. You walk up this ladder, you can do the mining refinery processes. It also looks like it has catwalks up here on top of the refining stuff, and it looks like it's got like box packaging areas on either side, or you know, some of the equipment. Then last, we've got the medical module that I talked about a little bit. I think in this image, it has what looks like all three tiers of medical bed. Like this is tier 3, this is tier 2, and this is tier 1. But we don't know. They haven't said anything about that. That's another good question for the Q&A. Will the medical module have all three tiers of medical beds? Then it looks like you've got your clean room here and here. And this area in the back here looks like it might be a storage room or a doctor's office. I don't know. Most medical facilities usually have a little doctor's office. I'm thinking, you know, you have this clean room on either side. You have the medical area in the back here. And then there looks like to be a hallway behind this area. And the way CIG are kind of describing is that you're going to need to put resources into the tier 1 medical bed to be able to regenerate people. So apparently there is going to be some resource that we need to gather, and put in the medical bed so people can regenerate, so the medical bed can actually produce a clone. And the other tiered medical beds won't need that, so these medical beds are just kind of freestanding here. And then you have an elevator in the middle here for a little bit of cargo and to accept people in. Again, you got the door at the front here, so the medical Pisces can land in the hangar, and then you can bring people in through this door and then into the clean area and fix them up. So I feel like that's a pretty good workflow. This is a good layout in my opinion. The medical module on the Endeavor is much larger than this, but I'm assuming it will operate very similar, where you will have access to the hangar and then it will have the different tiers of medical beds separated, clean room, doctor's office, and a way to reload the tier 1 medical bed. And so we can see kind of a better image of the refinery module here. The area where it takes in the material. You kind of see the ladder for the catwalk on top of the machine. This looks like where it processes the material, comes in here, goes in there, gets refined out, gets turned into a little box, spits out the box. You might have some type of cart to move the boxes around. You got the elevator right here to bring the boxes down on. This looks like a great setup, looks like a good layout. You've got that room in front here, the door to go to the vehicle area. I like it. Then you've got the cargo area. You can see the tractor beams on the ceiling mounted rail system moving the cargo boxes. You've got the tractor beam operator in here. He's got a good view of the whole cargo room. He can stack boxes on that side. He can stack boxes on this side. Then you've got the elevator. The elevator apparently just brought up this container. He's taking the container, he's stacking it to the side. It looks like a good workflow. Looks like a good room layout, good use of space. Then you got the medical module here. The elevator in the middle. You've got a little railing here. This guy's pushing a gurney, wheelchair. You've got the clean room opening here for both sides. Treatment room A. This looks like the tier 3 medical beds. Then you've got the large door at the back for the hangar, so you can bring people in through this door with the medical Pisces, or you can bring people up with this elevator. Again, this looks like a good medical room, looks pretty clean. And here we've got some screenshots from ISC. So this is just kind of the ship modeling game. And then here we've got kind of an image with it next to a constellation for scale. So we can see here it's a little bit bigger than the constellation. So the constellation's bridge has the 3 seats, but this bridge will have 4. So yeah, I personally think that this model will grow in size a little bit, because if this cockpit, which looks bigger than this cockpit, only has 3 seats, I can't imagine how this cockpit could possibly fit 4. So I think we will definitely see this ship model grow before it is finally released. I don't think the metrics are 100% right here, but again, we'll see. I'm just guessing. But just based on the way it looks here, this cockpit with only 3 seats in it looks bigger than this bridge with 4 seats. So I think they might have to, you know, for scale, I think this is eventually gonna end up growing a little bit. But that's the last of those images there. I just wanted to kind of bring up this here. So we've got here the ship model in Sketchfab. And so I don't know what's going on with my camera. But yeah, so we can kind of just see that a little bit. Let me get out of here so you can see better. Okay, so yeah, this is the model of it, and we can kind of see here, you see the bridge right there. We've got the docking collar right here, side gun 1, side gun 2. Then we've got the bottom gun. Again, it kind of looks like this gun is on a rail system. I don't know. That, might just me. That might just be me talking crazy, but it kind of looks like some kind of rail system again. Because honestly, with the gun here, you could see the side profile. There's no way to shoot back. So this ship is going to have not the best defenses facing backwards. But if this gun could move down to here, down to this position here, you can kind of fire back down here a little bit. Right now, if this turns 360 degrees, or 180 degrees, your firing arc is like way down here. So these turrets can turn around to fire backwards a little bit, so you're kind of covered there. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, but it may be interesting to learn if that is a kind of rail system. But here's what I'm talking about: the vehicle elevator. You're probably gonna have the pedestrian elevator on the side here somewhere. This is the middle module, and then back here is where the hangar is. You've got the VTOL thrusters here, or and then you've got the 4 rear turrets here, and then you've got the hangar door in the back. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good layout, to be honest with you. You got large holes here for some reason, I guess for aerodynamics. Just the whole rule of cool. You've got to have some of that. The front profile, again, it's very aggressive. It's really good looking. I gotta say though, I don't know. I don't think it looks very much like a RSI ship. It kind of gives me that Anvil vibes, a little bit. The shape could be a little bit RSI, but a little bit of the interior, it kind of looks a bit like Anvil. If we go back to something like this, the interior design here with the hallways, I like the angles again, but some of this, I don't know, this kind of looks a little bit Crusader, kind of looks a little bit Anvil. It definitely doesn't look RSI to me. RSI has more of a utilitarian design, kind of like Drake, but with wall panels, less exposed piping. But it looks good. I gotta say that overall it looks good. Now, a lot of people have been talking about concept ships, not getting released, and I think CG really put their foot in their mouth this time with the brand new Merchantman. I understand where they're coming from. The brand new Merchantman is going to take a long time to get built, but that's kind of the deal. That's kind of what they signed up for when they released these ships, when they sold these ships. If you put a ship on sale, you have to be able to commit to making it. Even if it takes a year to make, that's something that you have to prepare your team for. If your team isn't prepared to make these ships, then why are you selling them? That as far as I'm concerned, you need to, in advance, schedule these ships out. A lot of these ships, they're like 9 years in development, 7 years in development, 5 years in development, and I think that's not okay. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what I think they can do to solve that problem. I think they should make a new rule where ships only stay on the backlog for a maximum of 5 years. Realistically, if you're making a new ship come out, any ship that's in the backlog for more than 5 years needs to be scheduled. That's just my opinion. You shouldn't have a backlog of ships that's 10 years. That's not acceptable in my opinion. If you're going to release a ship, again, this is just for if you're going to release a ship. If you release a concept, for instance, and don't put it on sale, you can have that in the backlog for 50 years if you want. I don't care. But if you sell the ship, I don't think you should keep it on the backlog for more than 5 years. I think you should make a cutoff for the backlog. Second thing is, I think the schedule should be in a rotation. So basically, when you add a ship to the schedule, it's first come, first serve. So let's say you have an item on the backlog for 5 years. The 5 years is up. You put it on the schedule and it goes into a lineup. And so then ships get produced in order that's on that lineup. Okay, so let's say they release a concept called the Big Dipper or something, RSI Big Dipper. And that ship is in the backlog for 5 years. 5 years is up, they put it on the list. And then they make a ship called the Anvil Exterminator. And so the Anvil Exterminator is on the backlist for 5 years. It goes on the list behind the Big Dipper. So they do the Big Dipper first. When the Big Dipper's done, they do the Exterminator. So I feel like that's how they should make this, how they should schedule out ships that's on the backlog. And in my opinion, that'll kind of help them structure when this stuff is getting released. But right now, they don't really have a structure, in my opinion. They're just kind of trying to schedule things that are going to make the most sense. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. A lot of people are arguing that they want to wait until the ship has gameplay before they release it, and none of these ships have gameplay. To be perfectly honest with you, they just make money in the game. That's all they do. You buy a ship, it makes money, and all ships can do that. The Galaxy, if they release the Galaxy today, it'll be able to make money. If they release the Banu Merchantman today, it'll be able to make money trading. It has enough cargo capacity to trade, and you can make money doing that. So it's not that they have no gameplay loops. It's just that they don't have the gameplay loops that CIG has designed them to have. Again, by the time the Banu Merchantman and the Galaxy are released, they will have resource management and multi-crew in the game, because it takes a year to make these ships. Resource management and multi-crew is going to come out next year. So there's no real reason, in my opinion, to wait before they release the ship. I think they should just keep working on it. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think that at the end of the day, CIG just needs to suck it up and make the Banu Merchantman. But I'm not mad about it. I understand. If you think about it, if you compare Star Citizen to Elite Dangerous, I mean, I think the last time Elite Dangerous released a new ship, it was like 2018 or 2019 or something like that. And CIG has released something like 7 ships this year alone. So if you're comparing the two games, if you compare Star Citizen to other games, Star Citizen has way more spaceships than any other space game, and way more detailed spaceships than any other space game. So if you think of it in terms of that, it's like there are a lot of ships in game right now, and they are really good, but there is more to come. There are more ships that CIG has to make, so it's kind of a balancing act. I think CIG is just going through some growing pains right now because they're building out their studio, and apparently some employees left the company. The main concept artist, art director guy, I forget his name now, he recently left the company to go work at Ubisoft. And that happens, people come and go. They're trying to hire new people. Once they hire new people, they're going to be able to finish it. I feel like right now it might look like a lot of work to finish the Banu Merchantman because they've lost some people. They're trying to hire some new people. They have a lot of development ahead of them with 3.18, 3.19, 4.0. And they might be a little bit stressed out, but I feel like they should just keep their feet firmly planted on the ground, stay the course, and finish the Banu Merchantman. As a Banu Merchantman owner, I think they should plant their feet, dig in, finish the Merchantman. But as a objective game enjoyer, I understand it takes time, and I'm not really mad about it. It is frustrating, it is annoying, don't get me wrong, but it's part of life. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys think CIG messed up again big time? Are you just like done buying concept ships? Do you think the Galaxy is cool? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I love hearing from you guys. I will be down there answering all of your questions. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like it, hit subscribe button. And I will see you guys in next time. Salute.